Hi there, and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Update, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest to asylum seekers and those who want to stay current on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
the end of Title 42 and the expected sharp increase in asylum seekers at the southern border, how more immigration may help the economy, a lawsuit over ICE's unauthorized disclosure of asylum seekers' information, the extension of parole status for Afghans, and new anti-immigrant legislation in the state of Florida that may make the lives of immigrants there very difficult.
I'm Brian Manning. I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. It's my pleasure to bring you asylum and immigration reform updates each week right here on the Political Asylum Lawyers YouTube channel. Okay, let's get to the news. First up,
Title 42, a public health law invoked by the Trump administration in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, is set to end on May 11th. This law effectively halted asylum at the southern border for many nationalities, as border agents could turn away asylum seekers without giving them a chance to seek protection. Over the past 3 years, Title 42 has caused significant harm to vulnerable people and created a bottleneck at the southern border. The U.S. government expects a surge of asylum seekers after May 11th, as thousands of people have amassed in northern Mexico, waiting for Title 42 to end. In anticipation, the Biden administration is shifting resources and implementing new measures, such as fast-tracking a proposed rule for an asylum transit ban, and sending 1,500 active duty soldiers to the southern border and opening in-country processing in select countries. While these efforts are a step in the right direction, it's crucial that lawful pathways don't come at the cost of access to asylum and due process.
And next up, for update number 2.
According to an article in Forbes, some economists believe that increasing immigration can help reduce inflation by expanding legal channels for temporary workers and admitting more family and employment-based immigrants. Research indicates that increasing legal admissions can also decrease illegal entry. A study by an economist found that a 10% increase in the share of low-skilled immigrants in the labor force leads to a 2% decrease in the price of immigrant-intensive services like housekeeping and gardening. Recent economic news highlights the need for more workers, as hiring strengthened in April despite banking turmoil, rising interest rates, and high inflation. A labor economist quoted in the article argues that increasing the supply of labor is the least painful way to control inflation. Interestingly, a Fox News poll shows that 16% of registered voters consider inflation and cost of living the top issue in the country, compared to 5% who prioritize immigration and border security.
All right, time for our third immigration update.
A group of asylum seekers is upset because U.S. immigration officials accidentally disclosed their personal information. They believe the government hasn't shared all details about the incident, which hurts them in their asylum hearings. These people fear their home countries could now know their details and location in the United States, putting them in danger. They took this issue to court in January. The mistake affected 6,000 asylum seekers, with their information available online for 5 hours. A government official said the information was downloaded 18 times, but hasn't shared where 6 downloads came from. Asylum seekers argue this information is crucial for their case in court.
And moving right along, update number 4.
A recent news report shared early information about the process that USCIS will create to re-parole Afghan nationals who were brought to the United States after the Taliban took back over Afghanistan in August 2021. Many Afghan nationals will soon reach the end of their 2-year authorized stay, so this news is reassuring and gives an idea of how the re-parole process will work. Although USCIS has not yet published official details, it seems the process will be fully online and require all Afghans seeking re-parole to have a valid online account. The process is expected to start in June 2023. USCIS is also planning to set up at least 6 Afghan support centers in areas with many Afghan parolees. These centers will help Afghans connect with local service providers such as immigration, medical, mental health, tax, and education services. They will also offer on-site services like dental care, medical exams, employment support, and cultural integration help. Legal service providers will give presentations on various topics and be available for private consultation.
And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week.
Florida's Republican lawmakers have granted Governor Ron DeSantis a win by passing a wide-ranging anti-immigration bill. The new law demands that medium and large businesses use the E-Verify system and obliges hospitals to check patients' legal status. Furthermore, It permits authorities to accuse someone of human trafficking if they knowingly transport an undocumented person, and it disallows undocumented immigrants from driving. The legislation sets aside $12 million to move migrants from Florida to regions with strong Democratic support. Governor DeSantis has consistently criticized President Biden's approach to immigration. While Republicans view the bill as a message to the federal government, Democrats believe it is harsh and threatening to migrants. Litigation will likely follow.
And that wraps up this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. That number is 713-352-1593. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an Asylum Strategy Session so that we can help you secure your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.